Another thing that you've mentioned to me many times about Mike Shad and Papa Fred and Pop is just how important it was that Bozard was involved in the community. That like there was a strong presence for Bozard to be part of the St. Johns County community.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I can't say from Mike and Dad's like generation, or even going back like Granny and Pop's generation, I don't really know where that came from in them. That may have came from family members and generations even prior to them, but I don't remember a time where it wasn't the top priority, right? From, you know, as a little kid watching my grandparents be involved, and then Dad into Mike. I don't, from the standpoint of community involvement, there was no change like from Dad to Mike or any of that. That was always just kind of who we were. Now Mike, I think maybe was a little more strategic about it in the sense of making sure, you know, that Dad wanted to help everyone, and that, you know, that's awesome. But sometimes, especially as your community grows, you do have to get more strategic so that you can make sure that the impact you're making is the right impact. And Mike was really great about that. But yes, embedded in all of them, somehow sprinkled in fairy dust along the way of our family.
It's how Pop and Granny lived their life when St. Augustine. I think it bleeds over from the fact that St. Augustine was once so small. And while yes, Granny and Pop were business owners and business leaders in this little community and all that kind of stuff, they were also parents of a kid who played sports and had other kids on the block and drove a carpool to the football game, you know, and it was necessary for individual families to come together to make the town work, you know, and they never grew out of that. Even as St. Augustine just grew and grew around them, it was always, what is our part going to be to now make the town and the county and the community at large awesome.
I think it's been really cool to learn from you guys about the strategic way that we get involved in the community. You know, we don't arbitrarily say yes to everything, but the fact that we say yes to things that our employees who live in the community, like the things that our employees are involved in, are what we get behind. I love that, because not only are we supporting our employees to go do what Granny and Pop did, which is to support their local communities, right? Whether it was their baseball teams or their kids horseback riding or whatever it is. But what a cool way for us to not only support our employees, but support our community through our employees, which I think goes back to the culture that Mike Shad created and the culture that we have now, where it's focused on the employees. So our strategic way of getting involved in the community is through them.